Hey, what's going on, G-Ballers? I have a new knife here to share with you coming in from Kai USA, Kershaw Knives. This is going to be a new third quarter release for them. Now, if this is your first time stopping by, welcome to GBall Vision. Feel free to drop a comment below. Let me know what your carry is for today. Now, this is the new Kershaw Bel quarter 3 release, and it's not going to be anything insane, but one thing this knife stands for is an insanely high value. Now, this knife is going to come in just under $160. Now, that is a fair price, a fair amount of money for a knife. But when we consider and boil everything down to the fact that this is a USA-made knife, it is USA sourced, all the materials used are going to be USA components. We're going to be looking at Magna Cut steel. This is considerably one of the best deals on a pocket knife that you can get your hands on. Now, at least in the conversation, we have a beautiful clip point blade in the Magna Cut, very thin. If you want something that's a little bit larger, they now have the Bel Air XL, which we'll take a look at here in a moment. But I am a huge fan of this clip point blade that they use on the Bel Air. I also really like that modified Warncliffe. We are going to be looking at dual thumb studs for the deployment, and the Duralock from Kershaw is phenomenal, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very good internal workings, strong springs. We are looking at textured G10 handles here, very textured. If you want something that has a good grip on it, this is going to be a good candidate. Some G10 isn't quite that grippy. This is going to be very nice. We do have a deep carry clip here, and that is going to be reversible. We do have a lanyard hole, so really covering all bases. This is ambidextrous, so lefties and righties can carry and use this alike. They even left a lanyard hole there for the lanyard fans. The only thing I think that would suit this knife even more, and it might not be doable, but a backspacer in here, even just a thin one, in place of the standoffs. That's really only ever been my critique of the Bel Air. As high as we could go with it, I just really think that would round this knife off visually and ergonomically. Now, as the knife sits, it is very comfortable. I could use this all day long and have no issue, no qualms about doing so, and it'll work for you all day long. Now, if you're not familiar, we'll get a quick measurement here on the Bel Air. This is coming in at the bottom of the clip there, 7 1/8. We are going to be looking at 3 inches of cutting edge and 3 3/16 of total blade. We'll bring out a couple of its brothers here. We have the new Bel Air XL, and then we have the micarta clip point, which is absolutely stunning and amazing as well. I really like all three. Kershaw has really turned a corner in 2025, and ZT as well, in my opinion. They have really, they've had the chance to be at the forefront for a while, and they still have that chance to be at the forefront, and it looks like they're taking that step to really be the Kershaw that we all remember them to be, but in a much bigger way. This is exactly what we want to see as knife buyers, knife enthusiasts, collectors, people who just love knives. Having a USA-made option at $150, $160 is just out of this world awesome. And just because it's Kershaw, we'll bring out the Launch Iridium, and we'll bring out the Launch, what is this, the 22? Oh, it's so hard to keep them straight anymore. It's the Launch, and you're going to see the Bel Air. It's a little bit smaller than both of those. The Launch 22 is actually a pretty good size. I think it's the 22. You can correct me down in the comments if I'm wrong. I love this one because of that micarta insert on both sides. Really changes the game for this knife here, and I just love the iridium design. I really like what Kershaw has been doing, and they're also using Magna Cut. They're using Crew wear. They're using M4. I mean, all the steels that I really love, especially M4 and crew wear. This is considerably one of the best deep carry clips in the game. As I always say, I could do without the Kershaw on it, but not a huge deal. Now, this one, however, is going to be even grippier in the pocket and help prevent this knife from moving side to side or really moving anywhere in your pocket unless you want it to. You'll be the one definitely pulling this out because that clip, it has very good retention, and on top of that, you have these very textured G10 handles, so that is going to keep this knife in place very well. It's going to carry nice and deep. You can see how deep. That is something we would consider ultra deep right there. And keep in mind, this is going to be left-hand friendly. For old time's sake, we'll get a weight check here on the Bel Air. I like to guess the weight of the new knives into the channel, and I invite you to guess along. Put your comment down below. Let me know what you think this knife weighs right here, just off my description and what you can see so far. I'm going to give it a guess, give it a go. Give it a guess, give it a go. I'm going to say they kept this pretty light. What do you think? What do you think? I want to say, could it be that low? Under 3? No. Let's say 3.1 is what keeps popping up in my head. Oh, it is under 3. Oh, you dirty bugger. That's the farthest I've been off in quite a while. 74 grams and 2.6 ounces. Very lightweight, very easy to carry. Love the Kershaw Bel Air. This knife is lightweight. It is medium-sized. But one thing is for sure, this is going to be one hell of an EDC for you. We'll get a couple of measurements on the handle and blade here. 0.38. For the handle thickness, 9.7 millimeters. We'll go to the blade stock here, 2.2 millimeters and 87 thousandths. So very, very thin. Get a behind the edge check here, and coming down there about average, I would say 24 thousandths or so, and 0.62 millimeters. Let's see how this new Kershaw Bel Air cuts out of the box. We'll use our standard catalog paper here and see what this thing is made of. This is going to be a great poking knife, no question about it. Now, it's not going to be really strong out there at the tip, but it is going to be very pokey. So something to keep in mind. This should have a beautiful edge on it. And it is appearing, feeling, and sounding like it does. Excellent. Excellent job. Excellent job, Kershaw. Yes. Whoever was on the sharpening this day, they were on their game. Excellent job. Nice low clip point. You can get all the control in the world over this thing. Man, love the Bel Air. Such a good knife. I would almost, I would have to think about it, but just as we're going through the motions here and all the emotions that I have with Kershaw, this I could easily start to classify as one of the best buys that you can get. That is apprehendable. That is easy to get. One of the best values in the knife world. If you're looking for USA made, it's got to be USA made, but you don't want to pay a ton of money. This is one of the best answers for you. Yes, there are other companies out there that are competitive around this price point as well. It's just very exciting to see Kershaw back in the spotlight. We'll go ahead and run a couple of checks on the new Bel Air here. It is perfectly centered. We already talked about the springs. They are excellent, nice and strong. Action around the pivot is very smooth. Lockup feels good and it sounds good. I don't feel any movement in there. We can flex the blade a little bit, but that's just because it is ultra thin. I don't feel any up or down, no side to side. Very easy to get to those tabs on the crossbar lock, but they don't protrude out too far. They're not recessed too far. Very good job. We'll get the spine whacker out here and we'll give this thing a couple of love taps. I have no qualms. This will be just fine. The Duralock is awesome, and a well done crossbar lock is going to be very dependable. We'll give this thing a couple of love taps out towards the tip, put a lot of strain on that crossbar lock, and we'll close it and check it. Go to the middle and give it a triple tap, and we'll give it another one just for good measure. Very good. Exactly what we want to see. Crossbar locks, you know, they're not the strongest lock in the world, but they are very dependable. They are a resilient lock. It's just a great lock all the way around. I get that not everyone likes them, and that is just fine. That doesn't take away from how good of a lock it is. And when you have a company like Kershaw, that really is a good recipe for great action and a lot of fun to carry and use this knife right here. This is going to make one hell of an EDC, just a pure user. Good G10, very grippy, nice thin blade in Magna Cut, going to cut forever, very tough, corrosion resistant as all hell, especially with this coating on here, so you're really getting a double whammy. Kershaw is on absolute fire. I hope they end the year that way, and I hope they continue that way in 2026. Let me know down in the comments, what do you think of Kershaw and the Bel Air here? I look forward to hearing from you. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. If you enjoy knives, EDC, and gear, you're in the right place. Make sure you're subscribed. I'll pop up a couple of new videos. Go check one of them out. Have yourself an awesome day. Thank you all again for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.